Namish had never imagined that her life would take such a drastic turn. She had lost her father just a few days ago, and now she was being forced to marry a man she had never met. Her Chacha father's brother had arranged the marriage, citing that it was the only way to save her father's life. But Namish's father had passed away, despite the marriage, and now she was stuck with a husband she didn't want. Asher Shah, her husband, was a wealthy and handsome man, but Namish couldn't care less. She had been forced into this marriage, and she didn't want to spend the rest of her life with someone she didn't love. As Asher tried to convince Namish to come with him to his home, she refused. She didn't want to leave her Chacha's house, where she had grown up, but Asher was adamant, and eventually, he dragged her out of the house and into his car. As they drove to Asher's home, Namish cried uncontrollably. She had never felt so helpless in her life. Asher, on the other hand, was calm and collected, seemingly unaffected by Namish's tears. When they arrived at Asher's home, Namish was shocked by its grandeur. She had never seen such a beautiful house before, but despite its beauty, Namish couldn't shake off the feeling that she was trapped. As the days went by, Namish struggled to come to terms with her new life. She didn't love Asher, and she didn't want to spend the rest of her life with him. But she was stuck, and she didn't know how to escape. Asher, on the other hand, seemed to be enjoying Namish's company. He was patient and kind, and he seemed to genuinely care for her. But Namish couldn't bring herself to trust him. She had been forced into this marriage, and she didn't know if she would ever be able to love him. As the tension between them grew, Namish realized that she had to make a decision. She could either accept her fate and try to make the best of her marriage, or she could try to find a way out. But for now, she was stuck, trapped in a marriage she didn't want. As the days went by, Namish struggled to come to terms with her new life. She didn't love Asher, and she didn't want to spend the rest of her life with him. But she was stuck, and she didn't know how to escape. One day Asher approached her and said, "Nami, I know you're not happy with our marriage, but I want you to know that I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make you happy. I love you now." Namish was taken aback by Asher's words. No one had ever said those words to her before. She didn't know how to respond. Asher continued, "I know you don't love me now, but I'm willing to wait. I'll do whatever it takes to win your heart." Namish was touched by Asher's words. She realized that he was genuinely in love with her. She began to see him in a new light. As the days went by, Namish found herself falling for Asher. She was surprised by how much she enjoyed his company. She began to realize that she had misjudged him. One day, Asher took Namish to a beautiful park. He got down on one knee and said, "Namish, from the moment I met you, I knew you were the one for me. Will you give me a chance to prove my love to you?" Namish was overwhelmed with emotion. She nodded eagerly, and Asher placed a beautiful ring on her finger. From that day on, Namish and Asher's relationship changed. They fell deeply in love, and their marriage became a beautiful partnership. Namish realized that sometimes, life takes unexpected turns, but it's how we respond to those turns that matters. She was grateful to Asher for showing her that love can conquer all. This story is a testament to the power of love and patience. It shows that even in the most unexpected circumstances, love can bloom and flourish.